And we are live. Welcome, my friends. Welcome. I am Omar Krieg, your Lord and Commander of the Krieg Dominion, and your host for this, the fifth episode of Second Star, a Traveler 2300 role playing experience titled Echoes. I am joined this evening by three of the four members of the show. The fourth is currently experiencing what we like to call daylight savings time and time changes are stupid. So he'll be joining us shortly, I hope, as he adjusts, because apparently his state is smarter than the rest of us and did not change the time. But that's my soapbox, not yours. Let's start with some intros before we get into all the crazy. And let's start with Charles, because as always, Charles is at the top of the list. Charles, what's new and exciting in your world, my friend?
Nothing much. Spent most of the day with a contracting team running around a site that my company is looking to get involved with and validating with our head office the purchase price and all the other fun stuff. So I was out most of the day running around and my feet are tired and I'm ready to sit down and put my feet up for this. But
Yep.
it looks like I'm going to be running around more.
Yes, but this will be your virtual feed,
Right,
so it's not
right,
as important. It's not as important.
right. And just in case anybody forgets, I play the basically the Master of Arms named Fritz Elwig.
Yes, yes. Fritz Hellwig, armsman, our senior armsman, answers to the ship's, the chief of the boat, Elliot Billingsley, if my memory serves.
Yeah.
Let's see, who's next? I believe. Yep, Wiggles. Wiggles, why don't you give us a brief rundown on what's new and exciting in your
Hmm.
world?
It's raining and hailing and it's cold.
Ill.
Overall, pretty good.
It's spring and I live in a desert. It should be getting hot, but it's still in the 40s. Oh,
Still in the
and I'm
40s.
also in the midst of getting a paid GM game of Traveler set up that is currently seeking players.
Ah, so you've entered the open recruiting stage.
Plug in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Plugins are fine.
I have two players trying to go for a minimum of three.
Nice. Well, I wish you the best of luck, and if there's anything I can do to help support, let me know. We'll see what I can do. And that takes us to our third of four, Zamerson, who, if you guys notice on the screen there, Zamerson was the winner of our first Krieg Dominion Poker Invitational that was held last week. Zamerson, new and exciting things for you, my friend.
I got my cat with me, and that's about it.
I mean, no, I'll be nice. I'll be nice. I was my smart ass wanted to take over. It's like, nope,
Go on, say it.
we're
No, go on.
no. We're live and not we're in mixed company. We'll say that's
Say
probably
it
the easiest way.
DMs then. I want to know what you wanted to say. I'm curious now. You got
I mean,
got me all
I'm
serious.
sure you could figure it out. Just use your darker side of your humor.
I don't have a darker side. I don't know what you're talking about.
Do not believe you.
I'm a very innocent person.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes. I'm sure you are. And as previously mentioned, I am, of course, Omar Krieg. You can find me on Twitter at Omar Krieg. You can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/at Omar Krieg. And, of course, you can find me wandering around various Discord servers. And if you look on my socials and their profiles and whatnot, you can see the Discord link there. You're more than welcome to join us. We have a couple of different role-playing games going on and various other projects periodically in the works. And the only way to stay on top of that, or the best way to stay on top of all that, in case you want to participate, is to get on the Discords. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you already found me. So you really didn't need that YouTube address, but whatever. Previously on Second Star, the Wayfinder makes its way from Mars to the Yotakundu system, also known as Wolf 359, and eventually lands on the fiery hellscape aptly named Inferno. The crew is able to take some limited liberty while in port, during which time the XO, Commander George Wyatt, conducts some trade and turns enough of a profit to warrant covering some of the crew's liberty costs. While some of the crew looked for souvenirs for a port they had never been in before, others enjoyed an evening of drinks and relaxation at the Fleur de Elise, a well-known establishment here on Inferno. Finally, a sudden and quite unexpected recall of all the crew members brings everybody running back to the ship, scrambling to prep for what appears to be a fact-finding rescue mission aboard the OMS Andrew Carnegie, an ice mining station at the furthest edge of the system. And that takes us into our opening sequence, and I'm going to read a little bit more, so bear with me, my friends. This may be a little bit confusing, so to give my players an idea of when this particular scene happens, it is whenever your character last slept prior to the very next sequence. And this will make sense in a moment once I get through this. You are on the bridge of a starship of unfamiliar design, staring out the forward view screen. A great ringed gas giant dominates the image, but against it are the exhaust flares of two missiles closing on your ship. You turn to give orders, but no words come out, and you find yourself gaping at some unknown kind of creature with a soft shell and a cluster of horn-sheathed legs. The creature scuttles away. Before you can react further, the ship lurches, and clanging alarms make an unfamiliar scream in the background. Though they sound like nothing you've ever heard, you somehow know instinctively that you are hearing the warnings for hull ruptures and a power plant overload. The ship is dying, and you feel yourself racing for safety down twisting corridors and past more of the strange-looking creatures. Now you are in the dark again, alone, falling. You touch something, a yielding, rubbery surface, yet though it doesn't move, you still have the sensation of falling. You know, though you didn't see them, that your friends and colleagues are dead aboard the ship. You know also that you could have prevented it had you acted only a little bit faster. You are the only survivor. But surviving doesn't mean much now, because soon you too will die. And, unless you could tell someone what has happened, your inaction will kill other friends as well. If only you could reach home and tell everyone what you've discovered, everything would be fine. If only, waking up, you spring out of the bunk and are halfway to the door, determined to find a way to tell someone what? Shaking off the effects of the dream, you are left with a feeling of incompleteness. Something important was missing from the dream, and you know it has something to do with delivering a message. Frustration, guilt, fear, and the sensation of falling are all battling deep in your mind, and you are definitely afraid to go back to sleep for fear of being caught up in this dream again. And this is a dream that everybody in the crew has. Nobody is talking about it. None of the NPCs, I should be clear. It is the final handful of hours prior to rendezvous and docking with the OMS Andrew Carnegie. Whatever your sleep schedule might be, whether you wake up in the morning and go on duty, or if you wake up in the evening and then go on duty, whatever time your character slept last, that was when you had that dream. Does that make sense to everybody?
Sounds about right to me.
All right. It is now about midnight on Saturday, the 24th of April. Your ship is on final approach and is expected to dock with the Andrew Carnegie sometime in the next half hour to 45 minutes. Presently, the captain has called all of the ship's troops, the XO, the doctor, the chief of the boat, and 2 engineers. He has called all of these people into the briefing room. The briefing room, as you guys may or may not recall from the very sketchy drawings I made weeks and weeks ago, the briefing room is not very large. You have a central conference table that can seat probably 6 or 8 people. There are 1 or 2, holo projectors on the table. It's meant to be a briefing room for a handful of people and not as many people as have been assembled. So basically, you've got like 15 or 12 or 15 people in a room meant to only hold 6 or 8. When the captain arrives, after everybody else has been assembled, everybody snaps to attention. And when the captain comes in, he tells everybody to stand easy. And then with a bit of a smirk, actually, he looks over at the XO and he says, "XO, how we doing on that Warface thing? Have we found a winner yet?"
There's some compelling faces from some of the from the staff. I think Llewellyn's going to win that $50 I put up.
Say that last part one more time.
50 lira.
I didn't quite
50
catch that.
lira. Someone's definitely going to win the.
Somebody's
someone's
going to.
Win
Okay.
the lira.
All right. Well, hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully,
I haven't picked a.
no worries, no worries. Hopefully, by the time we wrap things up here, we'll figure that out. All right, let's get on to serious business here, guys. Excuse me. I think everybody already has, or should have by now, a good understanding of what the mission is, but I want to do one last quick run through of how we're going to accomplish this. For the players, it has been 4 days since you left Inferno. It has taken you that long to get out here to Cosido, which is the outermost gas giant of the Nyota Kundu or Wolf 359 system. To refresh everybody, players, viewers, etc., the OMS Andrew Carnegie basically scoops up ice and shoots it into the inner system. Excuse me. And the purpose of this is that this is the main source of drinking water for the Porta de Infer and the, I'm gonna say, Narajema colonies on the planet, as well as water that is used for cooling and other industrial uses for the mining that takes place on the surface of the planet. In the last, we'll say the last day prior to you guys departing, the communications with the station have gone absolutely quiet. And prior to that let me back up. Prior to the communications going quiet, there was communication breakdown, and then so basically what would happen is, I'm going to back up a little bit more. If you guys looked at the handouts in the Discord, there is a brief series of transmissions that take place between Inferno and the station, and they go something like this. There is initially a report from the station that says, "Hey, we found something. Try to get a ship out here as soon as you can." Nothing urgent, but something to that effect. The reply to that initial message is, "We don't have any ships scheduled for a while, and the next supply runs not for a few months, but let me see what I can do." It is then later followed by, there are 3 separate reports of the communications breaking down and then being repaired. The general consensus is that it's not necessarily sabotage, but it might be suspected by some. But otherwise, there's communication breakdown, and then the communication is repaired, and then a report of, "Hey, can you guys hear us? Sorry about that. I don't know what happened, but it seems like we got it fixed." That happened 3 separate times. The final message was a garbled distress message that, upon further review, once the computers and investigators or whatever started piecing things together, it appears as though it was an ad hoc communications terminal. It wasn't an actual, like an actual communications terminal. It was something that somebody jury rigged together to get out an emergency broadcast because no other communication was working. There's no definitive proof about that, but there's also no information whatsoever as to what exactly is going on. It's just that all of a sudden, the OMS Andrew Carnegie has gone completely silent, and in the 4 days that you've been in transit from the inner part of the system out to the station, there has been 0 communication with the station itself. The Marianne Drake, who is the director for the Infernal Colony, or basically the Aberdeen Mineral Exploitation Company's senior director on the planet, has hired you guys to go out there, figure out what's going on, rectify the situation, and get it so that the Andrew Carnegie can resume normal operations. And the main impetus there is, while there's plenty of ice in transit and projected to arrive at Inferno over the next over the next year to year and a half, there are contractual obligations that are starting to slip, worries about losing the contract, which will then, of course, break the company, and the company will have to file bankruptcy, cease to exist, and all that other crazy stuff. So that's really the big motivation for why Drake sent you guys out there in the first place, was to be able to secure the station, keep it operational. Otherwise, they lose the contracts, and a whole bunch of people end up being jobless. One of the handouts was a description of what the Carnegie would look like to the casual viewer, and basically its construction or something to that effect. And then the final handout was a crew roster, 20 or 21 people aboard the station. Information that would be readily available to you guys after a half decent search or just asking the right question. So, back to here. The captain has called everybody together, and basically what his intention here is, one of the two teams of ship's troops will be the point team, and then you have the recovery team, and then you have the security team, which is the other ship's troop fire team. So basically what the captain has come up with as far as his basic plan is the point team will go in and establish a toehold or a foothold in the station, make sure there's an area secure, and as the teams move through the station, that point team is going to secure things, the recovery team will do all the recovery things, and then the security team will provide local security for the recovery team so that they can keep working without being interrupted or attacked or what have you. Does that make sense so far? Does anybody have any questions out of character or in?
Am I in this little group gathering here?
Yes.
Or am I off doing other shit?
No, all the ship's troops. You've got both team leaders, both teams, the troop commander and the troop sergeant, as well as the commander, the captain, the XO, Hellwig is there, the doctor's there, and then the two engineers that were used for something else. I want to say Donovan. I should have had this open up. Donovan and I can't remember the other guy's name. Give me a second. Let me open up that dude's name stuff. Rank structure. It was Donovan and a girl, or maybe Donovan was the girl. I don't remember. Donovan and Eggleston. I actually was right. I didn't think Eggleston was the right name. But yeah, Holly Donovan, mechanic's mate, and then mechanic Gavin Eggleston. Those are the two engineers. They're the ones that are going to go in and do the, anything engineering related, like starting up the reactor or some dumb shit like that. Whatever that might need to happen.
Point team sounds like first response. Is that what I'm getting that from that pretty much?
So the point team basically goes in, kicks doors down, takes out the bad guys, and determines that. So what I'm thinking in my head, the point team goes in, kicks down the door, shoots the bad guys, says this area is clear. Now the recovery team can move up and do whatever they got to do as the point team moves on to the next area. And then the security team, the second fire team, would stay with the recovery team to provide local security for them so they could do what they got to do without getting accosted by whoever. Like, that's so just...
Point team's first contact, recovery team is...
Yeah.
Or one of the other two teams just goes in afterwards. I get it. I understand the concept.
All right. Does that make sense to everybody else? Everybody keeping up so far?
And we're assaulting this station on the map here.
Correct. And now that I switched from my notes...
You went on a really long explanation. I kind of blanked out a tiny little bit.
No, I know. That was a lot, and I apologize for that, but I wanted to kind of set the stage and everything else, and then a bit of a recap. I have
the basic grasp of what I'm supposed to be doing, then I'm fine, probably.
Yeah, so basically, what I'm looking at as the GM, I'm assuming that... Oh, damn it. I got to get the right angle here. I'm assuming that McAvoy's team will be the lead team, so you'll come in...
My guy, do you want to just call me McCoy? I can just change the name real quick.
No, I want McAvoy.
Come on, dude.
And then the recovery team, which has the doctor, the XO, the two engineers. There's one or two other people in there for some reason. Oh, the troop sergeant and the troop commander. And then lastly, we have the other fire team, which is Benefield's team. And they're already grouped up more or less how they would be. I do apologize for the viewers and for you guys initially. I had to make these figurines fit the scale of the map and I had to make the scale of the map fit the figurines, if that makes any sense. But it should be. The hallways are not as tight as they would suggest. You could probably get 2 people side by side down most of these hallways. But otherwise, just assume generally the scale is pretty close. Oh, the other thing I forgot to tell you guys too is if you couldn't figure it out on your own, the blue pegs indicate connections from one level to the next. That's
The station we're assaulting here. Might be a slightly dumb question, but are we in space or is it on planet?
No, this is a space station.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Basically, picture earlier, like I was kind of joking about a toilet paper roll. Actually, it would be closer to a paper towel roll because it's long and cylindrical.
I understand. Space stations don't always have to look like a quote unquote space station. I mean, in the future they can look weird.
Yeah, well, this is basically if you take like a paper towel roll and then attach 7 spokes and then a ring around those spokes. That's pretty much what you get here.
Crazy. I got it.
Yep. So at this point, what the captain wants to do is basically kind of a rehearsal of how this is going to go. Obviously, you can't plan for all possible eventualities, but he just wants to make sure that before they get docked to the station that everybody has a good idea of what they themselves are doing. So just my intention also was to give you guys, the players, a moment to figure out what you want to do, how you want to do it. Make sure that you guys, as players, have a game plan going forward. And I just realized something. I believe... No, I got to look at the diagram. Give me 1 sec. You guys go ahead and talk amongst yourselves while I look something up. As far as like how you want to tackle this. Oh, I should probably... I'm sorry. I apologize.
Where are we breaching?
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna start.
Are we gonna be breaching? Or are we gonna be going through like a main entrance?
You will have, presumably, you'll have a regular airlock entrance to come in. Where the figures are is your entry point. It doesn't look like it says it, but it says Rotunda.
Oh, I can see where it would normally.
Yeah, I had to put these 2 panels together, and I should have. Honestly,
Mo Jewel.
Yeah.
Rotunda.
Obviously, I should have probably did a little bit better Photoshop editing,
Don't
but
worry, man, it's good.
Anyway.
So this is all one big area.
Yeah, these 2 panels are all one area, and then you have these circular areas, but this isn't the right order for some reason. They when they put the book together, they didn't put this in the same order as they showed in the diagram, which I'm actually trying to find right now, so I know what I'm talking about.
Just put some little numbered indicators for each one for
yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. I'm gonna use a couple of small ass dice. Give me just 1 second. That'll work. Let's change the color so it's actually visible for most people. We'll make it black. That's probably not a good idea. Let's do that. There we go. Okay.
All right. I think my team should just go ahead and I think my team will just go towards the left side. Perhaps we'll just kind of go through and clear them out. The left side, and the other team can go through the right. I guess. I think that makes sense.
Yeah. And then we just come back to the rotunda. Work, make our way in circles back towards the rotunda each time.
And then.
So I think that's what we'll do is we could So what we could, if you can follow my little hand cursor here, maybe each team can go like down, rotate around, go through this way, up and around, and just kind of go through and then rotate, like you just said, back towards the center room. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, we'll go this way, come back around, and then go in, and then maybe go up, over, back down, and come back.
Of course, unless either team decides to split their party into 2, split their team into 2, and then just explore each side individually. But
Right.
All right, if you guys could take a quick look at the circular part of the map, you'll see the dice, and they're marked 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is the order of the decks. So basically, the control center is at the top, followed by the medical deck, the cargo bay, then the scooter bay, then the engineering bay at the bottom, and then when you come through that elevator down 1 more level is where the green hand is. This other, basically this mechanic shop or whatever the hell this is. I have information about what these different numbered areas are. Obviously,
How do I pull up a marker? Do I have a marker anywhere?
you should have like a pencil kind of deal.
Where is it?
Oop.
Ah.
Okay, now I gotta erase that.
Well, where do I find this pencil?
F2.
To your left on the screen.
Ah, thank you. All right, so yeah, so my team, I'll color it with red. My team, I'll be team red. I guess we'll just kind of go through like why is it not red yet? Oh, I have to apply. Okay, so free draw. Me and my boys are gonna go this way. It's still white. What the fuck?
If you
apply, make it red.
if you mouse over it and then grab a pen or the line tool, it should just there you go. Okay, never mind. You got it. You got it. You got it.
Explore these rooms. I might send like one team to go and branch off, explore this room, meet back with you guys.
Before you get crazy with that, I like the idea. I want to point out there are doors marked. If you look at the lines showing the walls, there's a section
I
of
see
them.
the doors.
Yeah.
I see the doors.
And it looks like there
Yeah,
isn't
okay,
doors
how do I
connecting.
undo?
You can switch.
Erase.
Mouse over and
There we
grab the
go.
eraser. Yeah, so like 23 doesn't connect directly to 19. You'd have to go back out into the hallway.
All right.
But
so,
23 and 22, the main lounge and whatever this other room is, they do connect.
Okay, so we're gonna have to go this way, explore this area, go through here, back through that. Oh, there's no door. Oh, I think it's over here. Damn it! Is that a door right there?
There would be a door somewhere in there. Well, yeah, there's obviously a door there. I think that's the main feed door.
It just coincidentally.
Yeah, it's just yeah. So obviously, in case you guys didn't know, I screenshotted out of the PDF, and these two images were on two different pages, and it didn't work. I'm not a Photoshop editor guy. I play video games for not for profit. If I was a video Photoshop guy, I would be doing that for profit.
This way, bang bang bong. Already explored the assembly hall, so we don't have to go back through there. Go this way. And then once I go through this doorway, I'll kind of split my team up just temporarily, explore each room like that, and then team will go meet up with us again, like this way, through here.
I will
There's
advise.
a whole room.
I will advise. Don't. One thing, especially for McAvoy and probably for Fritz Hellwig as well. You guys would be very familiar with the old military phrase, "No plan ever survives first contact."
Yep.
So having an idea of where you want to go overall is not a bad idea, but keep in mind the moment you step foot in there, somebody sneezes and everything changes.
I mean, no, I'm aware of that, but
Okay.
You also don't not want to have a plan.
No, absolutely,
at all.
absolutely. And this is something that you guys would be doing in character over the last 4 days while you're in transit out here, over and over and over, to get the idea of what needs to be done, where people need to go, what the priorities are. And I forgot to tell you one thing, or not one thing, but your biggest objectives is one, securing the bridge and engineering in order to regain control of the station. That's priority number 1. Number 2 is securing the medical deck in order to attend to any injured or those otherwise in need of medical attention. The ship will be used as a backup if you need more beds for treating injured. And then lastly, third, restoring communications with Inferno. You guys would know by now that it is roughly an hour and a half round trip for communications between the station and Inferno. So you send the message off, about 45 minutes or so later, they receive it, and then they send a message back, and it takes another 45 minutes for you guys to receive their response.
So, okay, are we in terms of intel,
Mm-hmm.
like what we know, are we certain? Like, do we know that there's any sort of hostilities here? Any sort of hostiles here?
Completely unknown. The only
So
thing
we don't know what the hell's here.
Yeah, what you know is that this was, up until a little less than a week ago, this was a perfectly fine functioning ice mining station, and that they had found something, but nobody knows what that something was. It could be anything as innocent as a new ore, or not new ore, but like a new clump of asteroids in the ice rings of the gas giant that had. Jesus Christ. My brain is trying to explain what it is, but I can't think of it. They may have found new mineral deposits in the ice rings of the gas giant, or it could have been something as sinister as, unknown aliens invading the station. Though that's obviously highly unlikely. You
Okay.
messed up your team, didn't you?
Hang on. I'm moving him around a little bit. Leave me alone. Get away from me. Get away from my guy. Move him. Thank you.
Did you forget if you lift them up and then while still holding them and pressing 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Or
I don't know how to rotate them.
Q and E.
Oh, here we go. I got him.
Q and E.
All right. So here's what I'm thinking. I'll bring Carl. Carl will come with me. I think I might split my team up since we don't really know what's going on. I'm assuming we have radios.
Yes, you guys will be in vac suits. At least initially, you'll be in vac suits. When you leave the ship, you will all be in vac suits, and the vac suits will have shortwave or short range radio communications with each other, and some people will have communications directly back to the ship. That would be the XO, the ship's troop, or excuse me, the troop commander, the troop leader, and probably the doc. I feel like the doctor would have communications back to the bridge at least.
Will I have my Can I bring my armor with me?
Is it part of your vac suit kit?
I mean, I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. If you've got armor and whatever, armor and weapons or whatever, then yeah, you've got access to your full tactical kit.
Let me just check my sheet.
Now, do keep in mind, like I said, you guys don't know what you're going in to. You don't know what you're gonna find. So that's part of the reason why you're going in almost loaded for bear. Like the only difference, huh?
My FBRA.
Yes, that's your. What the hell is that? I don't remember. Field battle rated armor or some bullshit like that.
It's got. You told me to make it battle scarred, so it's a +10 instead of a I think 12 or whatever.
Gotcha. Okay. Charles and Wiggles, when it comes to some of that battle armor like we're using here, is any of that stuff electronically powered, like battery suits or anything like that?
Probably.
I'm thinking that, other than the obvious for like, your commo kit and your atmosphere, your Jesus Christ, breathing stuff. Okay, no, that works.
Very technical, breedy stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm thinking.
Breathy stuff. Listen, my brain works. Sometimes I can't get my mouth to keep up though.
Me and Carl will take this way.
Is this blue line? I'm assuming that's Charles and his crew.
Yeah, I arranged my guys, and then the blue line's kind of roughly the way we would do it. Hang on.
Okay, so are you gonna more or less take over, especially since Lee isn't here? Are you gonna take over medical stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna kind of along that way. I mean, people are gonna check the rooms, see if there's anybody survivors, things like that.
Okay. These areas that are marked Q and the number, the SRs, those are quarters or staterooms.
Yes.
Some of this information you guys would know. Like they've given you floor plans and general ideas, but it's a little confusing more so when you get down to this bottom section over yonder, because it's just squiggles and shit.
Yeah, I don't want.
Okay. Do you guys feel like you have a pretty good plan? Do you want to review it some more, talk amongst yourselves some more?
I'm thinking about it right now. I'm trying to think about what the best idea could be here. I mean, obviously, I know, again, plans could go out the window, I know. But
Yeah. The biggest thing is keep in mind your objectives. Why are you here? Which is to make it, basically you're going to almost effectively, not necessarily clear each deck by deck. You're going to regain control of the station, regain communications, treat people as needed, if anybody needs help or medical aid or what have you, and then ultimately find out the cause of the disruption and eliminate that disruption. Does that make sense?
Right. Okay.
As a relatively short mission statement.
Okay, so what I think I might do is all four of us will explore the first 4 quarters. Me and Carl split off and go downwards. These two will go through this doorway because it's a random ass doorway that goes to this particular quarters for some reason, and then they'll just go up there and start kind of exploring that way. I think.
I think what
Maybe
I will
not-
do.
Maybe not splitting up though.
I think what I will do too is, based on guidance from you guys, that will determine where the second fire team goes, and then Exo, Wiggles, you're gonna take control of the 2 engineers, and the troop commander, and the troop.
The troop commander for the. I
I'm
figured
sorry.
The command staff would stay back.
Say that one more time, Charles. I missed part of that.
I said I left. I realized I grabbed the chief medical officer, Mr. Hoffman.
Uh-huh.
So I swapped him out with the troop commander Hurst. I figured the command staff would hang out.
Okay, no, that makes sense. I see where you're going with that. You keep the doctor with the XO and the 2 engineers because they're the ones that are going to be turning wrenches or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you've got the nurse and you got the other. Okay, all right, I see what you did. And then the second fire team will basically pull local security around the command team.
Exactly.
Basically. Okay. All right. Are you guys ready for the next phase?
So what's the? So what? Back to the suits that our combatants are wearing. So what's like their armor and how much oxygen they have?
Say that
And
one.
the oxygen doesn't matter. The oxygen doesn't matter. How much armor? How much armor does the Wayfinder spacesuit have?
That is actually a really good question. How much armor would a vac suit have? I feel like it's not a lot, if any. Let me open the book up.
It depends what vac suit they have.
Yes, it does. That it does. Give me just a moment. I gotta. Oh God, what would that be under? That would be in. Shit.
Suits.
Yeah. Which book am I?
No. Spacesuits. Oh, Frontier Living.
Tools for Frontier Living.
Yeah. So
Jesus
there's
Christ.
a PS50 security environment suit.
Give me just a moment.
Friend just died.
Who died?
There he is.
Don't die.
It
Can't-
was Charles.
That was me. For reason. I don't know why it's connected, but then it reconnected.
I mean,
worry
as long
about
as you're still here, I guess. Oh God, there we go. Okay, sorry. For some reason, my PDF is taking a little bit longer than normal. Spacesuits and suit upgrades. Let's go there. Skin suits. That's what you would normally wear while bumping around. That is pretty cool looking. Which one did you say, Wiggles? You said you mentioned one. Oh, the Trilon PS50.
Yeah, that looks like kind of combat armor. That's not horrendously expensive.
No, 6 or 8,000 a piece. I feel like that's at the least that's what the ship's troops would have. At the least, I'm sure there's more.
So, plus
combat
10.
armor.
That's pretty decent.
Yeah. And then what's this Aether suit? I feel like
Oh, the Aether suit's super expensive. That's like the BMW.
yeah, that makes
spacesuit.
sense. That makes sense.
Wyatt owns some Aether suits because he bought himself something nice.
Oh yeah, of course. You know, when you gotta look good. So you said plus 10, and then the what did McAvoy had? He had a plus 10, but it was originally like a plus 12 or something. Zam for his armor.
Well, so it's FBRA, whatever the fuck that is.
I have no idea.
Which is normally, I think, like a plus 12 or 13.
Yeah,
something like that,
yeah,
but-
I remember that, and I said no, knock it down because it was going to be battle scarred, damaged ish. It'd
and
been
then I also have my
refurbished a few
helmet,
times.
which has a plus 1.
Right. Okay. How are we feeling on the plan? Are you guys ready to go ahead and get after it, as they say, or do you need a moment
yeah,
more?
I think I'm good. I think I have a nice little plan here.
Okay.
It's a little. Well, I mean, I'm not done yet, but I mean, I'll let you guys I'll just keep drawing a little bit.
Because you just want to doodle.
Well, I mean, I didn't really get to finish, but I don't want to keep us waiting.
Yeah. All right, so Wiggles,
Yeah,
you
okay,
are going to take charge of these guys that just moved. That's the mechanics. the doctor, and obviously yourself. Charles will take care of this group over yonder by the blue lines. I will move the second fire team based on your guys' direction, as well as NPCs as they arise, and then obviously Zam will take care of his crew there. Okay, all of the people on the board should have a UPP, so you can see their base stats and some of their skills. For instance, I'm mousing over Wyatt. It shows 898 BA 6, Engineer 0, Electronic 0, Mechanic 1, Gun Combat Pistol 1, Gun Combat Rifle 1. Some of that information may not necessarily be the most accurate, but it's based on the information that I had at the time of prep. Wiggles.
No, that's what I have in my sheet.
Okay. Wyatt is wearing his Orc's hard suit with his Waldo worm.
Waldo worm. Oh, I wish I had one of those.
What the hell is a Waldo worm? I don't. You know what? I don't want to know.
Arm.
Oh, Waldo arm. Okay.
You ever heard of Where's Waldo?
Yeah.
It's like that, but
It's
like
actually something that the Highline coined. It's a mechanical exterior arm for heavy lifting and operations.
Oh, so you basically giving yourself an extra arm, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
No, that makes sense.
Beefy arms.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I got you.
Doing heavy lifting, ripping off doors.
I got you.
Crushing skulls, things like that.
Yeah. No, I got you. It makes perfect sense.
Crushing skulls, however, is not recommended by the manufacturer.
No, of course not. All right. So as the captain this whole time has been listening to you guys explain more or less what you're gonna do, and he's got a look of approval on his face. He basically says, "All right, well, we should be docking any minute. Let's get everybody to the airlocks. Get ready for transit over. Once the ship is hard docked, that is your go. You don't need to wait for me. Get the people on, get your teams on the station, and get after it. If you encounter hostile action, eliminate the threat, and make sure that we make this happen. I really hope hostilities are not necessary, but our priority is, of course, the safe and successful resumption of station operations. Any last questions?
Negatory.
All right, let's get after it. And so with that, the last 20 or 30 minutes or so, the ship, basically does its old. Go ahead.
I'd like to actually do a thing real quick.
Sure.
I want to just do a little double check, make sure all my guys got their shit ready.
Yeah.
Suits on and armor and weapons and shit.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a good idea. Obviously Benefield was already doing it, so he gives you that look. Like, you can't see his face through the helmet that he's wearing because he's got the visor down and he's got the polarized on it, so you can't actually see his face. But you could tell from his body language, he's like, I start checking my guys, and that's what he does. I see what it is. Yeah, he's just following my lead. He doesn't know what he's doing. But you guys have been talking a lot of shit back and forth over the last few days. Friendly, jovial shit talking, not calling each other a bunch of names because you can't stand each other anymore.
You big stupid dummy.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody else? Last minute things, last minute checks, grabs?
Not really. Go ahead.
Nah, I got nothing.
Okay, Charles.
Hey, I mean, I'm talking to the guys that are me and emphasize doing it by the numbers. Fastest, fastest, smoothest, quick. Let's everyone go out with 10 toes and come home with 10 toes.
I think you said that wrong. I think it's slow as smooth.
Smooth
Smooth as fast.
Yeah, slow, smooth, smooth.
I knew what you meant, though. I knew what you meant. Okay. Yeah. So you guys are basically sitting right next to one of Obviously, there's a couple of exterior airlocks along the hull of the ship for such situations where you can't just land in a station or whatever. But you guys are all lined up. McAvoy's team is in the lead, followed by basically all the head shed type people, and then Benefield's team is in the rear. You guys are basically crowding the hallway at this point. You don't get a view directly, like you can't look out a window, but you can pull up if you want, like a picture in picture kind of thing on the bottom, bottom corner of your helmet. where you get like a view of the station from the external sensors as the ship gets closer and closer, and you swear for a moment you saw something. I don't want to say spidery because that always gives the wrong idea, but think something robotic, drone, several legs, just kind of scurrying along the hull.
Facehugger. We're dealing with facehuggers, guys. Oh my god.
But before you get a chance to even try to recognize or process or even ask the guy next to you if that's what you saw, you hear the thud and several clanking sounds as the airlock is connected and sealed. The red lights above the doors turn green. And McAvoy, your team is up. I'm going to before you do anything, I'm going to take your team.
What?
And you,
Wait.
I'm gonna no, just relax,
Ah.
relax.
Hey.
Oh my God,
Okay.
calm down. All right, no, don't do anything yet. Don't do anything yet. I'm just gonna move people around just so I know where they're at. I missed one. There we go. I'm gonna get people situated because we are now entering the somewhat tactical phase. All right, so that's your team there. Nope, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. And we need now. I should have freaking saved these, renamed them differently, because now I gotta figure them out. Okay. God damn it. Oh, yep. Why are there two? That shouldn't have happened. Oh well, whatever. That actually works because that's exactly what I wanted. One here. Here. Give me just a second, guys.
Okay.
Da na 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 da na.
I know.
Da na
Fucking
na na na. Na 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 da na.
Fucking GM's not ready.
Da na na.
No.
As
Now I need to.
so we have God, he's been infected. He grew.
Yeah. Ooh, now he's way too small.
And now he's tiny.
4. And then where?
We have a high production event here going, folks. As you can tell, we have high quality music going on in the background.
Yep. Okay, he's actually not. Wait, he's more like right there. Okay. All right. Immediately, that is what you see right in front of you, Zam. This is a sensor bot. It is kind of hovering right in this little hallway here. Past this hallway, you can see two what look like they're obviously called guard bots. There's two other robots of different construction, sitting just kind of hanging out right here. They don't seem to be doing anything else at the moment. I want you to roll 2d6 and add your what's the word I'm looking for? That's not what I didn't want to do that. What is the thing I'm thinking of here?
I have no idea.
Take 2
Uh,
laser damage as it blasts you in the face.
Yes, that's exactly it. Jesus Christ. Normally it would be perception, but perception doesn't exist in Traveler in the same way.
Recon.
Thank you, recon. 2d6
Make
right.
a recon check.
Yep, 2d6 recon and use your education.
Oh, okay. Let's see. So I was 0. So
Okay.
it'd just be a 2d6.
2d6. Yep.
Wait. I think I have no recon skill at all, so that's a -3, right?
Don't worry about it.
All right, bet. Let's go. Damn it!
Roll again.
Sorry, it's been a while. Boink.
7.
Yeah.
All right. This sensor bot is floating around, and it appears to not be facing you. You have the initiative.
The initiative.
Yes.
All right. Well,
it is your turn to move forward or around the rotunda.
Are we
if
in like combat?
Not specifically combat yet, but you have a chance to move before the sensor bot detects your
All
presence.
right. Well, I'm gonna kind of like signal for my group to kind of kind of hide it behind this wall right here. If you can see my cursor, so I'm just kind of
Yep,
like
I do. And I'm going to make a quick roll. Give me 1 second.
obviously, I'm gonna say it quiet. I'm not gonna really say it out loud, like, "Oh, I'm by that wall," like, come on, like, shit.
You got lucky.
You're in your bag suit. You have to shout very
You
loud for people to
you
hear
got it. So keep in mind you have
have
shortwave.
radios.
Yeah, you have shortwave communications. And that's all I'm gonna say right now because nobody else has asked or looked at certain things.
Yeah, Wiggles, we have radios, dude.
Yep, you got radios.
If I yelled out loud really loudly, I'd end up bursting their eardrums. Just so you know.
Right, but whispering doesn't do anything because no one else can hear you except people on your chatter.
Which would be the guys that I. What's the
All right,
problem,
all right.
man? What are you fucking trying to point out?
All right. Let's focus here. You've got. So you just moved up to that corner there.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, the sensor bot comes up to about here, and detects you.
Damn it!
It does one of those like it just kind of like lazily floats through here, right? So it's here, and then it just kind of like do, and it stops, and then it does one of those where it just like rotates around, and unfortunately the viewers are not gonna be able to see that very well. And it just rotates around and it sees you, and you see that like it has like a not necessarily like a spotlight, but like a light that it just turns from like this regular neutralish turquoise to red.
That's not good.
Also,
Actually, it's
let
pretty
me
much the opposite of
explain. Let me explain the environment that you are in before anything else. So obviously, you see the hallway here. You've got walls. They've all got pictures of various scenic pictures. There's a couple of shots of like an external shot of the OMS Carnegie Hall. This is all wood paneling. It's meant to invoke like a normal, almost as like if you were in an office building. Does that make sense? With this
Yeah,
elevator
is it dark?
shaft here that you can see
Is it
where it
dark?
goes. The lighting is dim but not dark.
Okay. Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Can I so okay? Let's say I needed to get something out to the whole entire like everybody that's currently on this mission right now.
Mhm.
Could I do that, or am I
Yes.
restricted to only the channel that for my group?
You have communications with your fire team. You have a let me back up. You have a channel for your fire team. You have a channel for all of the ship's troops, and you have a channel for all of the away team.
I was gonna kind of like a little bit quietly, but loud enough. I mean, I've already been spotted here. I guess I'm just gonna kind of radio into the guys. I guess it seems we've been spotted by a sensor drone, sensor bot.
Okay. Troop Commander Hurst immediately comes
Engage.
back. Troop Commander Hurst comes back. Is it firing at you? Mind you, everybody
Yes, sir.
else is still like in this elevator shaft / docking
Right.
apparatus. You were the first team on the ground.
Well, here I am. I say, no, it is not. But there's also 2 guard drones down the hallway.
You don't.
Should I engage?
To be clear, you don't know that they're 2 guard drones. They're just stationary at the moment.
For
I
combat, then,
misspoke.
sorry.
Yeah, I misspoke earlier. And
Hey,
yes,
man, I didn't know.
no, it's okay. No, it's okay. And obviously, if you hover your hand or your cursor over it, you'll see that they say guard bots, but you don't know that yet. And that's my bad for not indicating that clearly.
I'm sorry. I just assumed. I mean, I was looking down the hallway. I thought I would be able to see them.
No,
So
you
that
do
was my
see them.
assumption.
You see them. They're just not doing anything, so you can't tell that they're actually guard bots.
So I saw them, but I didn't see them.
No, you saw them. You just don't know what they are. They're just bots standing there.
We'll replace guard bots with bots then.
Yeah,
I'm still
yeah.
radioing that in.
Yeah, and so Hurst is just gonna be like, "Are you under fire?"
No, sir.
All right, continue sweeping. The command team's coming down next, which will be Charles's team, but not yet, my friend, not yet.
Roger.
Not yet. No, be patient.
Hurry up and be patient.
I hope I'm not coming off as like nitpicky trying to radio in a sensor bot spotted us, even if it didn't do anything.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, you did see its little blue R2D2 like go from blue to red.
I was always told that communication, even for the most minor of things.
No,
is pretty
absolutely.
important.
No, you're right now. You are the only one in that situation. If you're not reporting, nobody else knows what you see. I imagine there's some sort of like video cam feed going, and somewhere on the bridge, there's a couple of computer stations that are set up to monitor to see what you guys see, but so far nobody is saying anything directly to you.
All right, then.
You know, kind of like in if you guys remember in Aliens, where everybody had cams and the LT back in the APC could see what everybody else saw, or something like that.
Yep.
I'm not military, so pardon me if I make anybody cringe. I know apparently we have at least 1 or 2 people who've been in military from what I understand.
Yes, and I'm cringing already, but mostly at myself.
Oh, really?
No. Go ahead.
Okay, I was to say. I'm supposed to be the only cringy person.
No. Go ahead. It is your turn to make some sort of movement here.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Charles. I mean,
thought you were
Zam.
moving on
Sorry.
someone else.
No, I meant
All right.
Zam. I'm sorry.
Who, me?
I'm telling you, my brain is running like a mile a minute here, but my mouth is
Okay,
not keeping
well,
up.
I'm going to tell my group real quickly. Report. Just call it anything you see if it looks out of place. You know?
You
know
get
what I'm
you get a bunch of Roger type stuff back.
saying? Roger.
I mean, not. I mean, they're not. Yeah, I mean, your team is not like super disciplined, but they're not going to be. You know,
Yeah.
they know this is the real
I'm
shit
gonna-
right now.
I'm gonna peep down the hallway. Are the bots like active now, like or anything like that?
Yes, in fact. I was
Oh.
waiting for you to make your move, but in fact, as you peek, you see this guy do one of these things. Whoops, wrong button. Wrong button.
Are they hovering?
No, I
Okay.
am just. But they are repositioning, and you see now that they are blocking the hallway. I gotta come on. There we go. And in fact, is that's your move? Yes, you want to reposition
Yeah, I
your
just
other
wanted
guys
to
for a
figure
second.
out what's going on down the hallway, so they definitely
They know you're
definitely
there. They know you're there.
Okay.
They're it's the by the way,
Did I-
these models that I'm using to represent the various bots, I took them from the Tau Warhammer 40K
Cool.
army.
Oh,
So
cool.
I'm hoping that they at least resemble bots well enough. These little stunty garbage can looking things, they have that one little protrusion
Listen,
or
all I
whatever.
need to know are
Yeah.
the rectangles the guns?
Basically, yes.
Okay, they're.
Well, I
pointing
mean,
right
not
at-
guns, but that's like their eyes and stuff.
Okay. I don't know if my character. I don't know if it's meta to ask this out of character, but would my character know whether or not it was safe to launch a fucking grenade at these guys with my grenade launcher guy?
You're too close.
Okay, I'm too close.
Yeah, well,
Get to the
and,
gun.
so keep in mind, so these quarters right here, like Q20 or Q2U, RV, whatever, those
Yeah.
rooms are maybe 10 feet or 15 feet across. So you're talking something like roughly 30 feet down the hallway. That grenade is going to be a little bit close.
Fair enough. I'm gonna retract immediately upon seeing these probably. I would imagine a slightly dangerous robonoids pointing their guns at me.
Mm-hmm.
Boop. And I'm gonna radio in. Guard bots down the hallway appear to be armed. They know we're here.
Okay, Hurst comes back with, are you sure they're armed? Have they fired?
They haven't fired yet, but they seem to have moved the second the sensor bot noticed us.
Okay. Speaking of the sensor bot has basically fucked off over here.
Yeah, sensor bot's gone too. Turned
And-
right and then ran off.
And I gotta keep some mental notes here because I don't want to reveal everything too
Can
much.
we
too
assume that
fast.
north is north on this map, by the way?
There is no such thing. So basically, this is the topmost portion of the paper towel roll.
Okay.
So basically, what you would think of north, think of that as forward towards the long end, and what you would think of south would be towards the back end of the station.
Well, how about
Let's
this?
do it like
would
that.
Would it be safe to say the drone went towards where the second group is?
The second group isn't here yet. I've got these guys over here just chilling, hiding.
Where
They're
they
not.
will be.
I mean,
sure
yeah.
I know where they're dropping.
Yeah,
before
yeah. You know, because that's the plan that you guys rehearsed. So that
SensorBot will be at the location of the second group coming in.
and second group, you have now made it through the docking apparatus / elevator shaft. So go ahead and place your
Right.
team where you want to put them.
Yeah,
And you have a heads up knowing that there is a sensor bot there. So if you want to reposition, that's entirely up to you.
You guys know that the sensor bot's there. You guys know that it activated some bots down my hallway, so just
Right.
FYI.
But it didn't shoot at you.
It didn't. Well, I mean, it knows I'm here, I guess, but it didn't seem to just immediately fire.
Right,
for
right.
no
And,
reason.
and there's no alarms going off. There's nothing No.
Is this a
glowing
conversation
light.
you guys are having in character?
Yeah, let's say.
Yeah.
No, sir. No.
Okay.
No alarms. No weapons fired yet.
Roger. So we're gonna just enter and then go up against this wall
Okay.
right there. Ah,
Oh, you guys had a heart attack. Sorry.
yeah.
Oh man, he knocked my bot. Okay, by the time you guys take up position, he's already fucked off down this way. Obviously, we don't have like grids or anything like that, so we're just kind of don't move too far without thinking about how much time you are, because we are moving relatively tactically combat round type. If that makes any dumbass sense.
Well, you said each one of these queues is roughly 10 feet across, so
Yeah, 10 to
half
15
that-
feet.
Yeah, half of that would be that 5-foot radius if you're
Yeah.
used to D&D.
Yep. Zam, while that is happening,
Boy. Okay. Well, while that's going down, I guess I have to do something. I guess what I could do.
I don't
is,
know
like,
if you're gonna
put
see
down-
this right away, but you do hear, like when these other drones started moving, you heard a kind of like a soft whirring sound, and
Ah!
Oh, so
Okay.
this place is pressurized. There's
yeah,
atmosphere?
well, I mean, you heard the sound. Since nobody else actually asked or looked at any sort of sensors, I
Okay,
can't
well-
say yay or nay, but you did hear the soft whirring sound.
So they're just around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're
Hmm.
well. Before you do anything else, let's see. Dexterity is the second one, so 8 is a +1. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Plus 0.
6, 7, 8, 9,
8
10,
plus
11.
0. 9
No,
plus
you're right.
1.
You're right. Hold on, Sam. When you poke your head, obviously you're not necessarily going to look all the way around the corner, but when you notice these guys are up here, you notice that they have these little sticks, essentially little prober arm type deals poking out the front of them.
Daleks.
I mean, I don't want to use that analogy, but yes, they have like a little this little, like, I don't know, half a meter long protruding
you're saying.
stick.
Yeah, they have a
They
rod of
both
some kind.
almost in tandem zap out this like arc of electricity that goes about 3 or 4 meters from you, or not from you, but in from, like, as far as like the range
Yeah,
from
no,
them.
I got it.
They
I'm
both managed to miss you, however.
I'm gonna radio it immediately. Shots fired. Lightning arc from the two bots down the hallway. They have also moved up closer. Permission to engage.
Oh, you shouldn't be asking that question. In fact, Hirsch says something like that. If you think you're under danger, fucking shoot back. Why are you asking me this?
All right, let's go. Grenade guy, I want you to shoot the. No, I'm just kidding. I'm
We're
joking.
gonna, my team's gonna acknowledge Roger's shots fired from drones, and I'm gonna stay on the tactical net amongst us that be prepared for.
Yeah,
more
it's-
action.
Gotcha. And so for you, Charles, just so you know, this is a pillar, this central piece that
Mhm.
basically extends all the way up to the ceiling, so you can kind of look around it. You've got some cover if you want to try to engage. I know with the two pieces of a map kind of half-ass slapped together like that, it doesn't look very good, but
Yeah.
you should be able to understand. So basically, it's a square, rectangular area with a central pillar.
Okay, so yeah, my guys are gonna basically go like this. Hang on.
Yeah, you guys, I'm sure you guys will. I mean, if we can hear shit in the station, I mean, I'm sure if they shot off a fucking lightning arc, I'm sure people would hear that for a little ways. I mean, lightning is pretty loud.
Well, it's not lightning, but you do hear a distinct snap crack.
Yeah.
That actually, that's the actual. Forgive me, I can't think of all the technical terms, but basically the firing function that shoots
Right.
off this blast. And from what you can see so far, it only has a range of a few meters.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, so my guys, so it's me and Hirsch are gonna kind of be peeking around the corner, kind of looking this way towards where Sam's guys are.
Mhm.
The other two are gonna be looking down the corridor back behind us to make sure that we aren't like run up on.
Yeah, no, perfect. That's brilliant. Okay, and now that will take it back to Zam, who was just zapped at by these two not Daleks
Not
that are pretty much 1 to 3 meters away from you at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna tell Carl I'm gonna tell Carl, Kirsty, and Buford to kind of is that circle right there a physical tall object that they can?
Yeah, that's the.
theoretically hide
Like think
behind?
about it as like a central pillar inside that square area that you're in.
I'm gonna tell them.
That's
to
the
kind of, like-
elevator shaft that goes up to the surface of the station.
I'm gonna tell. Okay, I want. Okay, who has the machine gun?
I don't
Kirsty
remember.
has a. Well, none of them have a machine gun.
One of them
right?
will have like heavy weapons. Oh, Spearman. He's got a gun combat heavy weapon 0. So
Okay,
he's got
well,
the machine gun.
grenade launcher.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot. Okay, so
I don't want
Kirsty
to shoot the grenade
has.
launcher when I'm right there though. So maybe
No,
not.
that'd be bad. So no, Aiello has the machine gun. He's got the gun combat machine gun 1. You gotta if you mouse over it and wait a moment, it'll pop up with their stuff.
Oh, okay, I see. I mean, it looked like a submachine gun. I guess I'm stupid. So-
You can't go by what the figure looks like, unfortunately, because I didn't think
Okay.
that far ahead initially.
Is this a door
Yes,
right here?
that's the elevator door.
I'm gonna have him kind of like. I want him to kind of like. He's got a machine gun, so I guess ideally I'd want him to kind of go prone. I guess. How could I do that? For him?
Mouse over, and then I think it's 2 or 3.
Okay, there he goes.
However, when that door opens, you're not gonna like this.
Oh, I guess he's not prone yet since he's opening it.
As soon as that door opens, there's a couple more of these bots that are probably not facing the right way, but you get the idea. They
Okay,
will
oh God!
they will pop out, and when it's their turn, they're going to be firing.
Okay.
So he's
contact
there,
again.
So he's
Two
there,
more-
but
we
he's
got
not.
two
He didn't
more-
make it.
We got 2 more guard bots coming in through the elevator. Just letting them know that's all.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say, Buford. I guess I just run over here.
No. Make athletics check for him. He did,
Athletics check for him. I don't know if I can do that.
just use his endurance, which is going to be a +1. So 2d6
Plus
+1,
one
need an
endurance.
8.
Okay. Come on, Buford.
Rolled a 6 total. He does not run as. So how far do you want to move him?
I'd like him to go just kind of like right. Ideally, I'd want him like right here.
Okay.
At least.
He makes it about here.
Okay, that's not awful.
Like and we'll call that like he kind of freezes for a second, stumbles over his feet for a second. The vac suit kind of fucked him up a little bit. The fact that there's these 2 probe bots that showed up from fucking nowhere in the elevator kind of spooked him. But he did manage to keep his weapon trained on him, and he is well, it's not. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. I'm trying not to burp directly into the
Don't worry
mic.
about it. Relax. You can burp, dude. Come on.
No,
dude.
I know, but I feel it feels rude to do it.
It's not rude to burp.
So he is thrown off, but he will have a chance to shoot when you want him to shoot. He's just gonna. So he's got gun combat machine gun 1. I'm going to reduce that to 0 for this round only because he got spooked and failed that athletics
Okay.
check.
I want to try to like clear up this round because I don't want to keep.
Yeah,
giving
yeah,
it away.
yeah.
So let's say theoretically McAvoy threw a grenade into that elevator. Would it still hit Buford?
No, because they've started to move through. Jesus Christ,
I'm gonna
they've started to
toss a
move.
grenade into that. I'm gonna toss a grenade into the elevator.
Okay,
I say I'm throwing a grenade in the elevator.
frag out. Frag out is
Oh,
the word you're looking
no.
for.
Thank you.
Hold on. I gotta tell you out of character, because as much as this might be entertaining to let you do this, I do want to point out that as far as you know, this is the only elevator shaft that will get you down to the engineering and the bridge and everything else that you gotta do here. Now, I will point out yes, and because this shaft has the 2 or 4 elevators around it, but any damage to the shaft itself can fuck with the other elevator cars.
Okay, well, if I don't, I can't fucking just shoot one. I can't shoot them both at the same time. And I feel like a grenade would probably take them out pretty good.
You have the option of burst fire, even though I don't quite recall the rules off the top of my head.
That's true. I do have burst fire.
Especially with your machine gun.
So burst fire means you add your auto score to damage. You can also use full auto, which allows you to hit multiple targets as long as they're within, I think, like adjacent squares of each other.
Yeah, and the 2 in the elevator are very much adjacent to each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, what you could
full
do
auto
is
uses ×3 the normal ammo or 5 whatever.
Yep.
Assuming that ballistics fire is going to do much against.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah. I guess
So
that's
here's
the
what I'll
only
do.
way to find out.
Here's what I'll do. if you want to make an attack roll with who's this, Aiello? Yeah, you make an attack roll with Aiello. He will do damage to the one, and he will do at the minimum half that damage to the second one. And that would be based
Okay.
on how well you succeed the roll by. So if you do
Okay.
like, go ahead.
Well, hold on. Well, what I want to do is I want to get McAvoy away from right fucking there.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, just like maybe like right here,
Okay.
and kind of pointing towards those guys.
Okay.
And,
What are your other guys doing? Are they both gonna back off like that?
They're going to actually. They're going. I'm going to set them up to start shooting at the guys coming from this hallway over here. Actually.
Okay.
They're going to crouch down. I
Is
guess.
any all right? So in
Well, okay. Well, Carl maybe not, but
well, so my next question now is so basically what I want to do is like you'll have a chance to move, you'll have a chance to shoot or not shoot as the case may be, and then we'll move on to the next player in the rotation, so we're not getting bogged down.
I'm going to have McAvoy and Buford shoot those two guard bots in the elevator.
Okay.
Kersey's going to shoot at least one of those two guard bots coming down the hallway.
I will
preferably maybe like I guess like whichever one she might have line of sight with the easiest.
Oops.
So that one right
Nope.
there.
How do you drop an arrow or ping a spot on TTS again?
Tab, I think.
No, I'm talking about like if you click on a spot on the map or whatever, it will like do that little ding ding thing. Yeah, that.
Yeah, tab.
Oh yeah. Okay, got it. So, what's her face? We'll shoot this one, the one I
Yes.
just marked. This one is not necessarily.
Yeah, she doesn't have line of sight.
She has line of sight, but it's too close to you.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking, right? I mean, yeah, I didn't think she even had line of sight because of the wall corner right there, but I mean, whatever.
I'll call it. I'll allow that because even though they don't look like they're right next to each other. They are directly across from each other. They're not. They're just at a little bit of an angle because they don't quite fit in there.
Well, even then, well, would you say that this one's? Well, it doesn't matter. She's gonna shoot this one. No, not that one.
Mhm.
And
All right, start
Eve
make your rolls.
And Buford.
Make your rolls.
Okay. Well, hold on. I need to make sure I understand this correctly because auto's confusing me here. So if I have them both shooting at these guys with my auto because I have the auto shotgun, he's got the machine gun. Do I shoot them both? Like I don't understand. Like how does this work?
All right, so Aiello is going to shoot this guy.
Yes.
The other one, this one, will take minimum half damage based on how well he rolls if he succeeds. So,
Okay.
and that would be based on what's called the margin of success. So you need an 8. If you roll a 10, that's 2 over. That's half. I'm going to allow full damage to
Right.
both of them.
And let's say, so I could have Steve, I could have McAvoy shoot the guy right here, and then if I was going auto, he might hit this one or something.
Basically, yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, but that's what I'm gonna do then. So
All right,
he shoots
I need
this,
you. Can you guys give me like 10 seconds here? My heat is running and I got to turn it off. It's getting warm in here. Give me just 1 second, guys.
Just take the winter coat off. Oh, fun. Combat is confusing, guys. My God. How come I always get the shit end of the stick too? I'm the guy that gets 4 fucking lightning arcing robots, huh? Why can't you guys be open up with this shit?
All right, sorry. All right.
Fucking first response, my ass. Come on, guys. Shit.
I thought you wanted to shoot shit.
You want to
I do.
combat?
I know.
All right, make your rolls.
I'm fucking around.
Start with
Okay,
Aiello.
So what is it? So I'll start with
So
sorry.
Aiello has he has a 1 in gun combat machine gun, but because he got spooked, it's 0 for this round only.
So just a 2.
So it's just gonna be a flat 2d6 for him on an
Boink.
8. In fact, actually, I'll let that be a 6 because he's so close. So 6, you rolled a 7 total. So this guy's gonna take damage. What is Jesus Christ? We should have thought a little bit more about what these guys have. Machine gun damage.
Just give him a. I guess I can let the DM just gracefully decide what kind of machine gun he has.
Well, the particulars aren't important. What I need to look at real fast is the actual weapon damage. It's probably something like 2d6 or something, but give me just a moment.
Take your time, you got it. It's all good.
Where are the weapons? Let's do this. Melee weapons, firearms. Submachine guns, auto guns.
Humanoids.
Let's see.
We are the Robinoids.
Alright, calm down.
We are going to zap you.
Calm down.
I'm just role playing the.
I know, but we're not doing Doctor Who, okay?
Wait, you don't like my voice? We are the Romanoids. We
All right.
kill you.
We will go for Aiello having a 3 dice machine gun.
Let's go. So roll 3d6.
Yep, 3d6 for the first guy. 13.
He blasted that asshole. Holy shit.
Yeah, he did. Let me see. It starts at 98A 771. Actually, I don't even need all that. So that takes out. That's going to be 0. That's going to be 5. Okay, and then the other one is going to. No, he's just going to take half of 13, which is 7.
Okay.
98A. So that's going to take him down to 3. Okay.
All right.
And now,
my guy's turn.
yep, your shotgun guy.
All right. So let's see. Closest assault shotgun says 4d damage. So I just got to roll 2d6 though. I think,
you have gun combat shotgun 3, and you have a plus
Dex plus 1.
Yeah, Dex plus 1, so that's plus 4 total.
All right, epic gaming time. Let's go.
You're rolling against a 6 because you're in close range. So that's 3 over, so they'll both take full damage.
And then I'll roll my 4d6 plus.
Yep.
I don't think it's plus anything, right?
No, it's just 4D.
Okay. Boink.
11. So this guy, basically this robot, I don't have
Explode.
no, but he basically, yeah, he doesn't explode, but he's out of combat.
He like is disabled. How about that?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, he's disabled. You can see like all the lights go out. There's showers of sparks and whatever. Like he's clearly.
Down.
Yep. And then roll 4D for the other guy.
Oh, almost forgot. Come on. Die. Oh, come on. Why am I? Oh my god. Are you kidding me?
It's okay. He does the same thing.
Yeah.
He does the same thing.
Yes.
So both of these guys are
Out of the game.
they're incapacitated, so I need to mark them real fast.
2 robots down. We got 2 more coming down the hallway. The first 2 came out of the elevator, it would seem.
Yep.
Roger.
And that takes it to Charles, my
Oh,
friend.
hang on, I forgot to have Kurt.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
I'll make it quick. So, how much does what kind of gun does she have?
She's got a regular rifle. It'll be 2D damage.
Just 2D.
Well, no, we'll do 3 because it's Yeah, do 3. We'll do 3.
Okay, 3. And what does she have any modifiers for?
She has combat rifle 1, and she has a plus 1 for dex, so plus 2
So that's
total.
plus 2.
And that will be against the 8.
3. Damn it. Hang on. Sorry.
And that is a miss. She missed.
Well, now I rolled 2D. I rolled 3, but whatever.
Oh, no. Well, re-roll it then.
I mean, I could miss. I don't mind. I mean,
No,
good.
I want you to roll the right dice so we can have, clarity. Whatever. She still rolled a 7. Okay, nope. She missed that guy, and then is Spearman shooting.
I don't want him shooting his grenade launcher right near me. I think I prefer.
Well,
you
keep
do
it.
that.
He also has a rifle. He has a rifle with a grenade launcher underslung.
Okay, yeah, I'll have him shoot the rifle then.
All right, so plus 1.
Plus 1. Oh wow, epic. Wink. Watch him hit. Nah.
Misses. He missed. All right, now it is Charles's turn.
Charles,
Okay.
go.
All right. So I've heard 2 robots are down, but 2 more are still going.
Yep.
I think his guys are gonna do okay. First off, I'm gonna radio him and ask. McAvoy, do you need assistance?
I think we got it from here, sir.
Okay. So then we're going to. My guys are gonna move this way. So you said the hallways are roughly big enough for 2 people.
Yeah, 2 people can go across or go through side by side. It might get a little bit tight on some of the hallways, but this one in particular, you've got a little bit of wiggle room between them.
Okay. So yeah, Chadwick and Franco are gonna basically come up to the first one, and do we see?
Do you want the nurse to be in the front?
What's that?
Do you want the nurse to be in the front?
Oh,
Chadwick is the nursemaid.
Oh yeah, no. I guess I'll go up front.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. I was trying to sit there and pull the bodies together, and I was like, "Oh, wait, what?" And then they making comments. All right,
Yep.
so do we see the sensor bot up there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's there. Kind of. It looks like he's floating, checking one of the doors, like
Okay.
scanning it or something.
Right. So we're gonna go to Q2E.
Doors.
Um,
You're trying to enter the doorway or the door?
Yeah.
It's locked.
It's locked.
Yep.
Okay. Who do I have? I have electronics, but that's computer. Okay.
The
We're
doors
then-
are like a hotel card key kind of system.
Okay. I'm trying to decide. You know what? Because we're gonna just sweep and clear. Yeah, I'm gonna hook up. I don't think I have anything else with me. Because I didn't say take anything else with me. Well, no, but I have my thermal computer. But oh, let me see. Let me think. Damn it. Yeah. So screw it. We're just gonna kick the door down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Strength check
Strength check.
on whoever's kicking it.
Who's? Let's see.
Franco,
Yeah, let's do Franco.
+1. You'll need a 10.
+1. Need a 10. Okay.
Failed. He just kind of
Okay.
he definitely like he gives it a solid kick and it reverberates, but he
Right.
has that moment of where like he has to actually catch himself. This little sensor drone dude. Hold on, I can't. I want to make sure I have him pointed the right way. He definitely stops what he's doing and turns back to you, and what was originally a blue light suddenly turns red on you as well.
Okay. So then at that point, since I heard about the red dot the other way,
Mm-hmm.
and knowing some of the security stuff, I'm gonna take a shot at him with my rifle.
Okay. You'll
So
need an
what-
8, so rifle plus dex.
Okay. I forget what my rifle is.
It should be on here. Gun combat slug 2.
Okay. So. Perfect.
And then your dex is. I didn't put your UPP in here. That's
okay. Hang on. Let me go check because I think I have my sheet up. My dex is up to 0.
okay. So 2d6 plus 2, need an 8.
8 or better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That
Yep.
would be a 10.
And it dies.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely see it. You're, like the bullet or the slug or whatever. It definitely hits, and there's a shower of sparks as the bullet penetrates, and
Okay.
it just like it stops hovering, crashes to the ground, clanks.
Right. And I'm going to report that the sensor drone is down. Suspect is reporting to us. More robots may be on the way.
Okay.
At that point, I'm going to whistle back to the XO, say, it looks like all the... And I'm assuming, at the same time as I'm going to try to pull on this Q21.
Same thing as
2i.
same thing as the
Yeah.
other one.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say, hey, looks like all the quarters are all locked up tight. What do you want to do? Sweep and clear, or move on?
XO went to go get pizza, so give him a
Okay.
second.
All right. Well, I'm sure in the command net, maybe Skipper could say something.
Actually, give me one quick second. What quarters were you just banging on? 2E and then 2I?
2E, 2I.
Okay, let me double check. 2E. Okay. Yep.
Fucking what's your face? What's his name called? Charles.
Yeah.
Charles over here having a nice stroll through this facility.
Hey, he killed the drone. On that note,
he was just minding his business.
yeah, actually, yeah. So Charles, remember what you had just blasted, or not blasted, but what you just transmitted to the XO? We are going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll re-deliver that message to see what the XO's response is, and then the XO's team will probably be deploying here very soon. So stick around, my friends. We will be back in just a few minutes. More fun and festivities and firefights, probably. So
Roger.
back in a minute.